Hi Bob. So here is a short video of all the things we did today. I'm just going to give it a brief thing. I don't demonstrate a lot, but I want you to be aware positionally. So whenever you start the foam roller, I highly recommend that you start with assessing yourself. So lie down, become aware of your head position, shoulders, rib cage, see where your lower back is. Ideally, your lower back should not be arched so that you can run a hand under your lower back. Also, your palms in the assessed position, your palms are facing up towards the ceiling. And just become aware of where your body is, how your feet are turned out. If you are wanting to rush it, just compare the right to the left side of your body and just see how that goes. Then the first sequence I recommend you do are being on the foam roller lengthwise, just like so. Once you get on there, first just kind of rock yourself a little from side to side. Then you start off with pelvic tilts. Place your feet hip width apart. Hip width, by my definition, is with reference to those two hip bones that you can actually palpate at the front of your pelvis. I want you to put your hands on the heels of your hands on those hip bones, fingertips pointing towards the pubic bone, and then you start off with anterior and posterior pelvic tilts. So you can see this movement is really, really small. You want to notice that you're not pressing into your feet, also keeping your neck relaxed. That often see that kind of tensing up there. And when you're doing the posterior pelvic tilt, when you're pressing your lower back into the roller, I want you to think of bring the pubic bone up towards the belly button, closing that space, and not pushing the pubic bone up towards the ceiling. The anterior pelvic tilt, where you're arching your lower back, I'm not looking for this, and big arch here. I'm looking for a small arch, again, it's all below the belly button. So these are very small, discrete movements. After you have done that, we're going to do a breathing pattern where you place one hand over your chest, over your abdomen. You inhale with the intention of breathing depth into your body, so raise up towards the ceiling a few times. Then you bring it out to the bottom of your rib cage. You breathe width into your body, and then placing one hand over the throat, the other near the pubic bone, and then breathing length into the body. And in particular, these breathing patterns, make sure you're not tensing your neck. Then you're going to do the engagement of the transverse abdominis. You're going to place both hands over your abdomen, and you inhale, and you're like, I want you to feel for that narrowing of your waist. Everything seems to be coming up for all sides. You may even feel your pelvic floor lifting up a little towards the belly button. Once you've done that, hands go back on the floor, rock yourself a few more times, and then just slide yourself off the roller, lie back, and reassess your body. And just become aware of any changes if there are any. Don't try to make something up that isn't, but just observe how the breathing pattern itself, it potentially impacts your lower back. Then I want you to do the rib lengthening. You start off by bringing the roller across the upper back, bring it to about the bottom of the shoulder blades. At this point in time, your knees are bent. You support your neck throughout this whole thing. Kind of go to a slight posterior pelvic tilt, extend yourself over the roller, do some side bending just to evaluate range of motion, how much you can go. Then you're going to give yourself an upper back drop. You wrap your elbows around your ears, get your butt off the ground, bring the roller to the bottom, to the top of your shoulder blades, going up and down here, hold it, go down, and give yourself a stretch. Then you repeat that at the middle and the bottom of your shoulder blades. Then I want you to angle yourself over to one side and roll around that shoulder blade. If you have any sticking points, it's going to park yourself on it. Give yourself a little bit of a rub. Potentially move your arm. We're going to repeat this whole thing over on the other side. Then you're going to start off by bringing the roller to the top of your shoulder blades again. And you slowly roll from the top to the bottom and hold. Again, come back. Slowly roll from top to bottom and hold. One more time. And then you bring your hips back on the ground. For kicks, you will repeat of your assessment, so bring your elbows out. Extend yourself, see how it feels when you do some side bending now, and then after that you remove the roller, lie back, observe any changes that you might have felt after having done that. Then we're going to go ahead and roll the quadriceps. And here I want you to roll on your stomach from just above the kneecap to up towards the hip. And you best, we're just going to roll it just up and down like that. As you do that, you can experiment turning feet in, turning feet out, bending one knee. If you have a sticky point, again, you kind of hang out there. You can stay on that sticky point. Please only do one leg at a time when you do that. If you do both, you end up arching your lower back. We don't want to do that at all. So after you have done that sufficiently, make sure you find all the spots that hurt and go right up towards the hip here as well. Because that's where the quadriceps is to start. And you can go over one side to the other side, and then go down the lever. Then you are again, after that alone, because rolling the quadriceps is quite impactful. So again, reassess. Then we're gonna do an exercise, it's called the bent knee press. So you bring the roller under your hip. And you really want to make sure that it's not under your lower back. If you pick up your knees and you draw a line from the middle of your knees down towards the floor, you should hit the middle of the roller. In that position, you start off by bringing the knees a little closer towards you, go from side to side a few times, then make some circles on one time, take your time here, other side. Then we're going to do the thing called bent knee press. So you bring one foot down on the ground, pull the other knee into your chest. And I'm hugging it into my chest. So I'm going to do this first, and then what I'm going to pull here, and I'm reaching there. So I'm trying to widen the distance between my knees. We're pulling on one knee and reaching the other away. Try not to move your foot. Actually, not only try, do not move your foot. Then after you've done this a few times, on the exhale, soften your ribcage a little further down. Make sure that you're not all of a sudden picking up your foot. So you're going to ease that down, that stretches more. Often enough, the leg that you just be doing gets off to the side. So you're going to make sure that you move that knee back towards the midline, and then you basically just reach. Then you, after you've been holding this for a while, relax that leg a little bit, then pull it back into your chest and reaching the other one away from you. Then you repeat that same thing over on the other side. Same thing. If you feel a difference between your legs, one being tighter than the other, you repeat the one that was tighter. And then again, you get yourself off the roller and lie back to evaluate the whole situation. The two other exercises I recommend you do, the first thing is back stabilization. For that you're using a dumbbell. Knees are bent. The exercise or the focus is actually on your lower back. You firmly press your lower back up against the floor. Hold this, and that's the key thing. The movement of the arms is only the challenge to that lower back position. You want to pay attention that you do not let your lower back move in the slightest. It does not come off like so. It keeps pressed out. That's the key exercise here. And then the other core exercise I recommend you do, again, you get yourself your foam roller. And this is a one-arm fly. You bring your feet as close together as you feel you can. And you only grab one dumbbell. You place the other hand on your body, don't put it on the floor. And then you slowly move that arm out to the side. Hold, and then slowly bring it back. You can make sure that your elbow does not drop below your shoulders. I do not want that hand to be on the floor. At this slight level, it's not that critical, but once you add more weight, if you want to, this is something that you kind of want to embrace and incorporate. So here we go very slowly. Of course, you do this on the other side. You can challenge yourself two ways. First, bring your feet closer together. And the second one, of course, is add some more weight. So this is it. Enjoy it. And I will see you next time you come here.